Check out what arrived today. My new Shorai lithium iron phosphate battery to replace this 15-month-old dead Yuasa gel cell. Now, first thing to note is the resting voltage was 13.8 volts and it's apparently 70% charged. It's good. It's a 4-cell battery. I can tell this because let's take my gloves off maybe, or just pop this out. This is a JST XH charge adapter with 5 pins in it, which is basically ground and the 4 positive wires for each cell. You can charge this battery using this kind of charger, I'm assuming, which is a hobby remote control aeroplane lithium polymer lithium iron phosphate battery charger, and it has these JST XH battery ports. I'll probably need to buy a cable to do it because most aeroplane model aircraft batteries have those plugs on them. But yeah, this little battery charger can do cell balancing. You can charge this with your typical, lead acid battery charger like I've got here. But to balance the cells, you can use this. Shorai actually sell their own battery charger, which if you don't have one of those, probably a better idea, but probably it will be a bit more expensive than this, because that little device there is about $35 from Hong Kong, from a very reliable Hobby King. Anyway, let's check out the weight difference. Here we have a little digital scales set to pounds, I believe. Wait for it to set up. Yep. Let's just weigh this sucker. Well, what have we got? About 8 pounds of lead. Now let's do the same thing with our new Shorai. I'll just pop out the little screw holder there. This is a pretty cheap and dodgy way of weighing a battery, and me waving the camera around, but a negative terminal's a good idea otherwise. Let's check out the weight difference. While it spins, stop spinning, 1.9 pounds. Stop spinning. Yeah, 1.90 pounds for what is apparently a similar amount of amp hours. It's a 14 amp hour equivalent, and the reason they call it equivalent, as you can see here from PBEQ, as in lead equivalent, is because whilst the lead acid battery might say 12 amp hours on it, it won't actually be 12 amp hours or 12,000 milliamps you can get out of it. So even though the actual rating of this battery might only be, say, 8 amp hours by the traditional measurement, not that I know because sure I don't say, you're more likely to get as much energy out of this battery than you do as that, plus better cranking performance. So what I'll do next is I'll test the charging voltage on a cold engine at idle on my existing battery and on this one. Okay, this is my 8-year-old Yuasa, not the dead one, not the dead 12. This is a slightly different model Yuasa, which is 8 years old, which still runs well, but the reason I already replaced it with a 15-month-old Yuasa now is the fact that it's old. Anyway, resting voltage 12.39, let's see how it starts. Where's the keys? Where are the keys? They're in my pocket. Let's start her up. Khaki-handed. Okay. 13 point... Whoa! No, that was me with the wires. 13.6. Alright. Now let's change over to the Shorai and have... Something else you may notice about the Shorai is the size difference. So what you got to do is, even though it's about the same width and the same height, the width is wrong. So what you do is, in the pack of the Shorai box, you get all these sticky pads. So what you must do is you use these sticky pads to fatten out the size of the battery to fit into the space provided in the bike. Yeah, the benefit of this is it provides you some extra vibration protection when the battery is fitted to the bike. Nifty. If it's a little bit big, you can cut to size. You can see this one's a little bit long, a bit tight. Just a pair of scissors to cut. Okay, you can see I fitted this with some padding and at the top here to ensure the strap is tight. 13.6 resting volts. Cross your fingers, folks. Here we go. 13.6 volts, but same. Looking good. I've just done about 10 starts in a row on this coal engine. Battery's holding 13.58 resting volts. Doesn't seem to be dropping at all. And if you turn the... This is my heads-up voltage monitor. That thing would always flash, especially if I do this. High beams. Oh, it's just started to go. 12.18. Here we go. 12.44 volts now. It's dropped a bit. 12.11. It started again. Let's start it now with high beams on. That's high beams doing that. You must remember this is a 2002 model with an original 2002 stator, which is piss weak. I'm actually getting a 2006 flywheel in the next couple of days. I have a 2006 stator ready to go, but basically what we should find is those idle charging voltages should be a little bit higher. The main reason I would suggest that we're getting 13.7 volts even revving the engine right now is the fact that this battery is not fully charged, and when you have a low charge battery on a charging system, you may find that you get the 14 point something volts at the regulator, but due to the mechanics of electricity at the battery itself, you'll read a lower voltage, which is about what you see on a slightly discharged battery. But I'm pretty happy so far. I think really though the test will be as I ride along and see how the thing goes with sitting around, getting charged by the motorbike's charging system, and sitting overnight, starting in cold weather, etc. Well, my installation's pretty much done for this battery, but what I'm doing is I'm finalising by charging the battery using my charger in lithium iron phosphate mode. The end voltage on this is 14.4 volts, which is correct for a 4-cell, 4S means 4-cell, 4 batteries, 4 cells in series, 4S, lithium iron phosphate battery. I'm not balancing the cells, I'm not using the connector. I don't actually, like I say, I don't have that wire today to plug into here, but I will get it, which basically means I can run a charge and also balance the cells as and when required. It is a good idea to balance the cells of lithium battery technology at some point in the battery's life, probably maybe once a year with lithium iron phosphate. Because if you get one dead cell, what happens is if you use a traditional charge where you're not actually monitoring each cell, you can overcharge, say, 2 of the cells because the other 2 cells just aren't keeping up the slack. So overcharging cells massively is less of an issue in lithium iron phosphate as it is with LiPo, lithium ion polymer, but still it's better not to do it. So over the long period of time I will get a JST connector for the balance tap there, And of course make sure that the wiring I configure is correct. Oh, look at that. It's charged. Interesting. I guess it was almost full, even after, what, 4 or 5 cranks? Weird. Oh well, we'll have to keep measuring that, see if that's correct.